Hello, fans. You just saw the awesome looking Bum Phillips trophy that will be awarded to the winner of this evening's game. We're going to talk about the history of the trophy with a person who knows more about it than anybody else. Legendary Port Arthur News sports writer Bob West. Bob, thanks for being with us. And let's start talking about the trophy, Bob. Give us the history.
Well, first of all, Robert, I'm so proud of this trophy. I feel like I did a lot of great things during my career, and this is right at the top of the list. But in all honesty, I can't take total credit for the idea. Egotistically, I wish I could. But let me set the stage with some stuff that maybe not a lot of people know. Bum died on October 18th, 2013, in the third quarter of the game between Nederland and Port Neches Groves, right in the middle of MidCounty Madness. One of the all-time great quotes came out of that. Reid Phillips said, "Daddy couldn't have picked a better way to go than listening to his two favorite teams, and they were tied." So moving forward a little, a lady named Dawn Fournier, who worked for the Neches Federal Credit Union, had met Bum a couple of years ago prior to that when he was in town for the naming of streets, Bum Phillips Way in Nederland and Port Neches.
Sure. Right.
She was so impressed with him, and she told the guy who worked for me, John DeVillier, you know, we should do something to incorporate Bum into this game. His name should be associated because he's coached at both schools. He means so much to these communities. Well, John passed that on to me, and right away I thought, wow, what a natural, what a wonderful idea. And so I started trying to come up with ways that we could do this. And to me, it had to be a trophy, the Bum Phillips Trophy. And hopefully we would get people to start calling the game the Bum Phillips Bowl, because that takes it to another level. Still Mid-County Madness, but the Bum Phillips Bowl, that adds something to a high school game. So anyway, I started thinking, and I thought, you know, if we're going to do a Bum Phillips Trophy, Bum was very dear to me. One of my favorite people. He did so much for me as a writer with interviews, whatnot. I said, this can't just be a trophy. It has to be a very special trophy, one that people will look at, talk about, remember, and the parallel to that will be we're going to preserve Bum's name. We're going to make future generations understand and know who Bum Phillips was, because, you know, after time people forget you. No matter who you were, how great you were, you just become a name as you fade away. So I want something out there that kids will ask their parents, who was Bum Phillips? Why are we playing for a trophy named after Bum Phillips? So I thought, to me, the trophy had to be very special. So I thought, rooted around, scratched around, and sketched out some ideas. Called a friend of mine in Nederland named Joe Vanderweg, who ran Jiffy Trophies. And I told Joe what I had in mind, the Bum Phillips hat. That was the first thing that had to be part of the trophy. Sitting on a football with an iconic photo of Bum under it, and then plates where you could put the scores year by year, who won the game, where the trophy went. So Joe said right away, he said, "Bob, you got expensive taste." He said, this trophy is beyond what I can do. But he said, "I know a guy in Henrietta, Texas, that does specialty trophies. So I will contact him, get an estimate." So Joe contacts him, gets back to me, and he said, "This is going to make you swallow hard, but the price is $3,500. And I did swallow hard, because now I've got to go to a publisher of a newspaper, not known for overpaying its employees, and say, and the guy's name was Rich Mackey, and I've got to present this idea and say, and by the way, the bottom line on this is only $3,500. So I work up my speech, and I've been turned down so many times on $10 and $15 raises, I'm thinking, this is no way you're going to be able to make this fly. But to me, it was a passionate thing. I wanted this to happen, and I'd already made up my mind. If he turned it down, then I was going to raise the money. I would figure a way. I'd go to Walter Humphrey. I'd go to different people in the community. We were going to have this trophy one way or another. So I go into Rich, I sit down, I build up the trophy, I build up how much Bum means to the community. I build up, this would be such a good thing for the Port Arthur News to be involved in. and without batting an eye, and then he said, "Well, what's it going to cost?" And I told him $3,500, and he didn't bat an eye. He said, "Let's do it." And I just, my breath just kind of went out of me, and so I got on the phone to Joe. I said, "What's the timeline on this?" He said, "Roughly 6 months." We were talking. So the trophy, I contacted Bum's wife, Debbie, told her I'd like your favorite iconic photo of Bum. And as you can see when you look at the trophy,
Right.
the photo is of Bum on the sidelines in Pittsburgh in the 1980 AFC or the 1979 AFC Championship game. So we get the photo, the guy in Henrietta gets involved. The trophy gets to us in early August of 2014, and I am absolutely blown away. I'm thinking, my God, this is awesome. This is just
Yes.
And I was so excited. I couldn't wait for the players, the coaches, the people in the community to see what the Port Arthur News had come up with to honor Bum. And we got in touch with Wade. Wade was between jobs at that time, and
Right.
and he agreed that he would come in and make the first presentation of the trophy. And in fact, Wade came in a couple of weeks. We took a picture of him with the trophy to go on the cover of our football section that year. And then, of course, in a couple of months, he would be there to present the trophy at the game. So it was an amazing, just period of time to, be doing a job and be thinking about this trophy and how it was going to be received. And the way it's been received even exceeded my expectations.
Yes. Yes, and that's something I wanted to just mention to our fans is that if you're tuning in for the first time, you're about to see a very special game. And at the end of the game, Bob, talk to us a little bit about part of the tradition now with the trophy and what happens at the end of the game so that some of our newer fans know what to expect at the end of the game.
Well, and like I mentioned, Wade agreed to come in and make the presentation the first year, and this is Hollywood stuff. It's almost unreal. The game goes down to the final play,
Right.
as it does so often. It's amazing. This series, it's historic. So many crazy things have happened, and the games go down to the end so many times. But Nederland tackled the P&G quarterback on the 3-yard line to end the game. They were leading by a point, I think. So if they don't get him, P&G's going to win.
Right.
So anyway, Wade's there to make the presentation. We've arranged, I think maybe NFL Films did it for us. We had a video. So the lights in the stadium went out. They play this video of Bum, historical video, different things he's done.
Right.
And it's got Willie Nelson singing something about angels flying halfway to the ground.
Right.
It was just tear-jerking.
Yes.
And then Bum rides off on his horse. And then the lights come back up, and Wade's standing out there with the trophy. And I don't know how Wade got through the speech without totally cracking up, but he did. So every year now, at the end of the game, the presenter goes on the field, and whichever team won the trophy. And, of course, they know they get to keep it for a year. I don't think I've ever seen kids more excited than the Nederland kids were that first year when they won that trophy and they knew it was going to be in their trophy case for a year. And it was just such a heartwarming feeling to know, wow, you've been a part of something that was so well received and is going to be around as long as they play MidCounty Madness, the Bum Phillips Bowl, etc.
Bob, I certainly appreciate you sharing the story with us, and it gives our fans more insight into this very special trophy that they've seen, and that's right over here to our left. I also want to thank the Port Arthur News for supporting your vision and supporting this special trophy. They definitely deserve a lot of credit.
They do, and that goes right up to the current publisher, Stephen Hemelt. Stephen has continued the tradition that news publishers have had. He takes the trophy out in the community every summer and fall for, 6 weeks, 2 months. You'll see it at credit unions, banks, HEB, Market Basket. I wish I had $1 for every person in the Mid-County that has had their picture taken with that trophy. And one other thing I want to say, because this is such a big deal, and some people a lot of people saw this, but we even got national exposure out of this trophy. A lot of folks know Jim Nance and I used to do a talk show together in Houston, Jim Nance of CBS. And Jim loved Bum Phillips. And I called Jim and I said, Jim, I'm going to send you a picture of this trophy we have for Bum. Is there any way that you could just mention it on an NFL telecast? He said, I'll do better than mention it. I'll get it shown on the air during a game. And so a week or two before Nederland and PNG played, and I believe it was a Thursday night telecast CBS was doing, Jim had prepared this package. He talked about Bum. He showed Bum's picture. And then he said, my friend Bob West at the Port Arthur News has come up with this fabulous trophy to honor Bum Phillips. And he talked about MidCounty Madness and his great high school rivalry. So it's gotten statewide exposure from our friend Jeff Power, who I know you guys know. And then it's got nationwide exposure. So this is a big, big deal.
Yes,
something legitimately to get excited about.
Absolutely. Bob, thanks for sharing the history with us. And folks, just another reason why the game that you're about to watch tonight, live and free here on Sheffield Productions, is definitely one of the top Texas high school football rivalries in the state right now. Bob, thanks a lot, my friend.
Good to see you
Good
again,
to
Robert.
See you too, Bob. Thank you. Thanks, guys.